It's still quite good despite not even having the IO available. It was just a very strong hero for them to pick. And I guess Infinity have an offlaner in mind that gets countered out by the Slark as well. Monkey King last game had a fantastic start, but they just couldn't really close it out on the side of Infamous, it seemed, despite the fact that like Monkey King was so far ahead of everyone.
Dyer's turn to ban.
Faces Void ban. We're in for a long one, neph. They want to go late here on Infinity, it would seem.
Dyer must choose.
Tidehunter ban.
Radiant's
Kind
turn
of ban
to
out,
pick.
and they pick up Keeper with Light immediately. There's no way to play this in the mid lane, right? It's really good with the Sand King, but generally the Keeper Light is either played in 4 or mid. It got a number of nerfs that makes it feel like not nearly as strong as it was before. The cooldown on the Illuminate.
10 seconds.
The other one was the damage on the Illuminate, right?
Yeah.
5
And then the
seconds.
movement speed on his Spirit form.
Wow, that is a surprising pick. This hero got unbelievably nerfed. I couldn't believe it. I don't understand why he got this much of a nerf in this patch. But they're going to pick the Night Stalker. It is good against the Keeper of the Light. I mean, that's one of the things that's always going to be good at. But
It's solid against Sand King too.
yeah, good at finding heroes, getting on top of them.
5 seconds.
Sand King is really able to get the jump on you and your team as long as you do get that crippling. Well, as long as you popped your ultimate. They pick up the Oracle immediately afterwards. That one doesn't make as much sense to me.
No, I don't quite understand this one either. There's not really anything specific that comes to mind as far as like why you would pick the Oracle here.
I mean, there's a lot of magic damage coming up from the other team. Like it'll save your teammates
10
from like
seconds.
Epicenter, Dagon on Keeper of the Light, the blast from the Coddle.
5
I think
seconds
this is a
remaining.
support Coddle though. I think this is going to be a 5-position Keeper of the Light. Because like you said, it's really good with the Sand King being able to refresh that stun and stuff, but I can't imagine this is going to be a mid Coddle anymore. We saw it earlier today. It did not look impressive. The hero still can't hit buildings, and you don't have a building hitter from Sand King or Mirana as well, so
Turn to ban.
there's going to be the Monkey King. All right. I think this is a good pick. It's going to just shut down this Night Stalker. It's decent enough into the Sven as well. There's no way it's a Coddle mid. You have 0 building damage if you go Coddle mid here. This would be a huge draft problem from the side of Black and Yellow if they did that.
5
I mean, if it is, they need to pick up a
remaining.
position 5 here, and there's not many position 5s that are going to be able to do that building damage, like you said.
So
I don't know what they
Jakiro
did
is like
here.
it. Jakiro's the only one, which is like really not good.
It is Dyer's ban.
He was
He did
buffed
get buffed. Yeah, he did get buffed. Slightly. Very slightly.
slightly. They ended up nerfing his strength, so he's a little bit less tanky than he was before, but he's got more int. The minus his strength gain went from 3.0 to 2.8, and his int went from 2.8 to 3.0. But then his macro pyre damage
10
increased across all
seconds
levels.
remain.
Mhm.
Ends up going to 200, and there's 10 more damage per second at
5
level 1. And
seconds.
it does linger for 2 seconds, so getting out of the macro pyre is still pretty important. Slight buff to the hero, but I imagine it feels a lot better because of it. Venomancer banned out now.
It's a good ban.
Yeah. Playing Sand King playing Monkey King against it is never fun. You basically never have the chance to blink if he hits you with a venomous scale, and being slowed up on any of these heroes does feel pretty miserable. Also possible they plan on playing like, I don't know, maybe a melee mid laner. I think something like Kunkka on their side of Black and Yellow. It's not fun
It
to play
is
that.
Dyer's ban.
Yeah, and they ban it out anyways. I was thinking that they might pick that one up if they're banning out Venomancer. Playing Kunkka to Veno is miserable.
Dude, I would really like to see Venomancer get like more respect bans because I think this hero is incredibly strong.
Dyer must choose.
Void incarnate.
Pick up the Void Spirit. That hero got nerfed despite not seeing tons of play.
That was weird, right? I read that in the patch and I was like, huh. Kind of
Yeah, nerfed across
strange.
the board. Like his talent specifically, the Dissimulate talent at 25, and then the Aether Remnant
10
damage talent
seconds.
at 10, as well as the Mana Regen talent. So just making it that much harder for him to have mana. Because a lot of the time I do think that he went the Mana Regen. And they ended up nerfing Echo Saber as well, which you would get sometimes. They ended up nerfing Yules too, I think, in the previous patch.
Yep.
So it becomes that much harder to get access to Mana Regen in the game. Everyone's just buying Clarities now.
All right, last pick here for Black and Yellow. It's going to be their mid lane, hopefully. Okay, Gyrocopter. So it's going to be a mid lane Monkey King instead into the Void Spirit. That's actually quite good. This is a great adjustment to the draft. I like this a lot more because now you have your building hitter in the form of the gyrocopter. Your Monkey King can get really active early, and it's gonna be
The stalwart will hold.
honestly, based on this now, I really like the black and yellow draft. I don't see like the big deal with this Oracle pick. It could just be something that they like really favor, but I don't know, Neff. Is there something I'm missing with this Oracle?
I think it's just the huge amount of magical damage. You can prevent them from blowing up and jumping on top of a hero. Like they have the arrow, the burst strike arrow set up, followed by like the epicenter and Starfall. Oracle is going to be able to prevent all of that with a single Fate's Edict. I think that's what they're going for here. They just figure, all right, it could be just like comfort for sexy Yogi on top of preventing a lot of this magic damage. Sven be a little bit too difficult to blow up, but I think he's going to be able to heal up in the late game as long as he can survive that initial burst. And he uses that false promise on him as well. So it's good for a number of reasons here. That's what I'm thinking anyway. It doesn't counter anything out with the Dispel, but being able to prevent magic damage is a pretty big deal. Let's go.
Right.
Second last game of the night. Last series here, Ricky.
I know. Buckle up, everyone. We got to spend gyro. I'm thinking we're going 40 minutes plus, easy.
We'll be here all night.
It's just a 12-hour work day. It's whatever.
Time for preparation is short.
I mean, this is fun for me. I got real work after this. I'm getting paid to enjoy myself. Thank you, Summit. I would have given you money to be here.
Very nice.
Don't actually. Nobody clipped that.
They're gonna take you up on that offer, Neff. You just screwed yourself.
What can you do?
5-man smoke from both teams as they are just wrapping around to the enemy triangle, going the exact same routes, but they're going to find nothing.
Unfortunate. I mean, you've got a huge amount of kill potential at the start of this one. Night Stalker, especially with all that extra vision that you have, as well as being able to avoid people out. 4 seconds slow at, 2.5 seconds slow, I guess, at level 1. Isn't too bad, followed by the stun on Night Stalker and Lina. You end up going Light Strike Array, but there's Pamplona on this to support Lina.
Oh, they actually see the Mirana Courier in the mid lane, but don't want to give that ward position up to snipe that. They do get a good sentry there to block up the ancient camps. Berna has this Stormhammer available, waiting for them to show, but it's gonna be there. Stormhammer comes out, catches her at the root into the Light Strike Array, and they should be able to find the kill here onto the Mirana. Do not want to go for that leap level 1. And that's going to go the way of the Oracle, unfortunately.
Well, he'll be able to get himself, what, faster mana boots or something like that down here. So you'd rather have that on your mid laner, but what can you do? At the very least, you have a little bit of XP bonus here. Very small amount. He's actually going for Orbit Venom at the start here on Ask after he gets first couple of creeps. So he's looking to zone Tau out of the lane here on his Void Spirit.
What you came for.
That's pretty standard stuff, right? Like, anytime you see the Monkey King into a melee matchup, you just want to try and push out the enemy hero. He's going to feel pretty confident in this lane. He's actually going to finish the Wraith Band and then go right into the boots. I would expect Tau to want to go back for those boots very quickly. You're pretty much going to be relying on the Dissimulate to get you away from this Monkey King otherwise.
Yeah, I'm curious if he ends up putting multiple points with the Jigu Mastery in this lane. Because, again, we ended up seeing... well, it was a melee matchup lane with the Jigu Mastery last time, but he put 3 points to it before he started maxing out Boundless Strike and then into Primal Spring. But in this game, I think Primal Spring is probably the more likely choice, right? Maybe 2 points of Jigu Mastery and that's it.
He'll probably end up putting... he'll probably go 2-0-2 in this lane, I would guess. Because he's not going to be going off of these trees at all anytime soon, and Monkey King actually kind of wants to just play aggressive with his damage, I think. But we'll see. He's doing a really good job at zoning Tau out, but He's got to focus on CSing as well. 11-4 to the 6-1. This is kind of expected in this lane.
Yeah. You didn't need to get zoned out here. 2 points of Jigger Master. He has to be so careful. Actually, Tao might just get yeah, his stacks up here. I think you just the crit does a lot less damage than it did in the last patch, though.
They nerfed the level 1 on it pretty big.
Yeah, but you might just end up trying to drop the balance strike onto him anyway, do some extra harass damage.
You're just gonna use it to deny is a thing. Oh, there it goes.
And drags the creep wave with him. Take a moment to look elsewhere, though.
Bottom lane 0 on the Sand King. Gonna rush a Soul Ring. He's sitting on a decent chunk of gold right now, which is surprising. But Boris and Oracle duking it out in the jungle here. Just snipes a Centaur. So we have this offlane Night Stalker. It's not something that we see all that often anymore, just because this hero did get a pretty big nerf, but it seems like Infinity still value it quite a bit. We had a pause and then an immediate G.
It seems like I made a mistake of not being close enough to my mic again. I gotta stop doing. I might just want to get like a headset microphone or something like that. I always move around in my chair.
Yeah, that might do it.
Solve my problems for me. I do like this microphone quite a bit, though. Anyhow, bottom lane, I wanted to take a moment to look at. I mean, you usually have a lot of kill potential here in the Sand King Murano lane. Like, it becomes very easy to land these Sacred Arrows when used in conjunction with the Burrow Strike and trap some of these into him for a pretty long time. But again, against the Oracle, who's got the Fate's Edict, all that damage is going to be reduced. He doesn't have it yet. He's got 2 points of Purifying Flames. But I imagine he's going to get a point into level 3. They just haven't played them aggressive enough for him to validate putting a point into it. Boris stacking camps up for his team. Gyrocopter's going to be able to clear those pretty easily later on.
Strike, arrow. Being pump faked actually hasn't connected with it quite yet, but they're looking to dive him underneath the tower here. Solar Bind from Jubei. Is it enough is the question. One more auto attack will secure it, and good rotation here from the supports of black and yellow.
Yeah, both of them coming in there. Solar Bind is such a huge slow, even with just 1 point in it. 7-second duration. Very difficult to run away from him, so there's movements there. It's I mean, you're not even suffering too much for it on the Gyrocopter, moving your Keeper of the Light out of the lane.
He's
Benjaz
against
is getting a lot.
the day baby of Night Stalker, right?
Day baby. Baby Stalker. Wait
a minute.
Wait a minute, I don't like that.
Fortifying their structures against attack.
Day baby is better. He's almost got himself level 5 though, and I think those phase boots coming out to him right now. They are. Having these for the first night feels very good. He's about to get his level 5 as well.
Third point in Void is huge. It's a lot of damage. Yeah. And you'll see him start laying into Yamsun here as a result. Like, you don't go Rocket Barrage on this Gyrocopter. And Benjaz, as a result of just being left alone in the lane, getting the solo experience, he's going to start to pull away. He's got 32 last hits, 6 denies.
Yep.
I mean, he's actually really farmed, surprisingly. I guess when you... See, this is the thing I don't like about the Rocket Barrage. Like, when you just skip it, is this Night Stalker should have less than half the CS that he has right now. If you go the Rocket Barrage build and play aggressive up on him.
Yeah, I mean, he's got a lot of armor for his strength here. His base HP regen is also pretty high.
They buffed it, didn't they?
His base HP regen?
Yeah, didn't they?
I thought they buffed his mana regen.
Mana regen. It might have been mana regen, yeah.
No, they reduced his base HP regen by 0.25.
Unlucky.
Which is barely anything.
Yeah. Top lane, Benjaz and Pamplona. They actually miss on the Light Strike Array, but again, this is the strength of the Night Stalker. You just leave your guy in the lane solo, and this gets ran down by this hero, and now top net worth basically tied with the Sven.
Yeah, 20, almost 3,000 net worth under his belt, and he's gonna build himself up this Ogre Axe. I'm curious if he turns this into like a first item BKB, a Sandra, and Echo Saber. A lot of time you're probably gonna want to go Echo Saber when you get it this early, right?
Yeah, a lot of times, yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if he goes for this game. Use up Clarity as well, just so he can keep this aggression going in this first night. Zero finishes up his soul ring. He's not doing too bad for farm. He's sitting at with 2.8k at the moment, but you don't have that kill potential here when you're up against the Oracle. And he did end up getting with point into Fate's Edict here at level 4. It is very important for absorbing
they
all
are
this magic damage.
smoking to go steal some stacks potentially. Oh, well, Lina goes down. Zero is actually up here trying to clear up the hard camp.
They see him. They scouted it out.
Burner. He's got a God Strength. Oh, nice Burrow Strike. But gonna interrupt. Ooh, a little bit awkward of a disarm there as just holds up that stack take. And now Burner. He's looking for the Ancients. The rest of the heroes here from Black and Yellow do not want to let that happen, though.
All right. Yeah, this is what the logic of the Oracle pickup here is. Like, he sees him channeling up that MP. He just simply canceled it as soon as he saw the Fate's Edict come out. And he did still go down, but ended up wasting another, like, 3 seconds. And now he's going to die.
Gonna go, oh, that's actually doesn't get the last hit. Shares the bounty there, but... Yeah, this Night Stalker is going to be a real problem. He's on his way to the Echo Saber like we were talking about. Level 7.5, and Sven continuing to farm. He's got stacks to fall back on his own. Yeah, one hard camp that's been stacked a couple times. Bottom lane, Pamplona in some trouble. There's the Burrow Strike into the arrow. Combo that we like to talk about all the time, and he's just gonna... Should take out here. Yeah, Boris leaps forward, grabs that last auto attack there for the kill.
Yep. Not worth moving the Oracle down there to save Pamplona, unfortunately. Instead of playing behind Tower in the mid lane right now. She's the opportunity to... Oh.
Wow, that is a lot of damage that came through from that Void Spear. I did not expect that. And Esk, he's got to boundless strike down the Oracle in order to prevent those purifying flames from coming through. He ends up losing his Oracle as well, and Boris is here to try and clean up.
His courier.
Not gonna grab it.
Yogi survives that, yeah. The courier died, though, not the hero. And he just wasn't able to gap enough distance to get the purifying flames off. Which is a little bit surprising. Deep Right Tower thought that he had enough damage to blow him off the Oracle and like a single spell, but Sexy Yogi didn't manage to gap that distance, unfortunately, even with the slows coming out from the Void Spirit.
That was really surprising. I did not think they were going to try to make a play to dive the Monkey King like that, but top lane, they're going to go ahead and dive the Keeper of the Light, and this is what makes Night Stalker so good at dealing with this hero. Void will make quick work of Jubei here. Yoink. And Tier 1 Tower should eventually fall. I mean, he's been slowly working on this. Jubei trying to defend it, but gets punished, and more gold going the way of the Batman.
Dire's top tower is Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
No. I mean, he's just going to stack these camps one more time on the Oracle. Sven's going to need to move over here to clear these out. He's got the Mask of Madness. He just picked himself up a broom handle. I imagine that'll make it even easier for him. He's got to go clear this pretty quickly here, though. Does have God Strength. Second point in Warcry, I'll give him 9 armor and allow him to do it as well. Let's put the second point in Stormhammer. Either way, I can't give these ones up. He's cleared as soon as possible. Jarrow would struggle to clear them up right now, but I think between him, I think Sand King and Jarrow could probably do it together with Sandstorm and Flat Cannon, maybe dropping a call down on those camp. But yeah, Sven can take this.
I mean, Gyro's busy farming his own massive ancient stack right now. Zero actually snagged a good chunk of these, believe it or not. Okay, more than just a good chunk. Like half of it went the way of the Sand King.
He's probably not too happy about that on Yamson.
He wants a blink. He's like, all right, we fight for our CS here. Ooh, smoke mid lane, jumps right onto the Monkey King. LSA comes through, and the Laguna Blade just melts him. Once again, the same combo we just saw. But this time, made a little bit easier by the rotation of the Lina. Nice smoke play there.
Looking to turn things around. Clear out the catapult with the arrow on Boris. Wow. I think Night Stalker, Ben Jazz, just biding his time at the moment. Plus 10-second Dark Ascension duration. 40 seconds on that. He's He's going to be really scary by the time the second night rolls around. He is so farmed for a Night Stalker.
Yeah. You have Echo Saber and 1,200 gold in the base, in the bank right now, and after this, I'd like to see him just grab a Blink Dagger, honestly. I want him to just play really aggressive, chasing down these heroes. You could go for the BKB, but he really just wants to be able to go in with, yeah, he queues up the Blink Dagger. I like this a lot. He just wants to be able to go in with the Void Spirit. If he can, this is really sick. Tao actually has 0 points in Dissimulate. I have never seen this. He just went full magic damage to try and burst down the Monkey King, I guess.
I mean, it's kind of cool, but against the Gyrocopter and Mirana, like, you want to be able to dodge with this arrows last second. You want to be able to dodge homing missiles. You really need to simulate this. Yeah, he puts a point into it.
Dissimulate's also your farming ability. Like, this is like your primary wave clear and farming ability. So to have 0 points in it this late, or like at 12 minutes, means that Void Spirit's not going to be farming nearly as fast as he normally would. Oh, S runs right into the enemy team. Huge boundless strike, drops the Wukong's command, but he's kind of alone. Still going to go down here.
Does a bit of damage. I think he dodged one of those big abilities with that mischief there.
I think he dodged the Laguna.
No, he didn't.
Yeah.
Took 375 damage from that.
Zero trying the epicenter, considering going in. Nice burrow strike into the arrow. Follow this up. Six Yogi gonna go ahead and save him there with the false promise, and now Zero, the one, might be in some trouble here on this Sand King, but Oracle nearly dies just to the Sandstorm on the back side of the fight and has to walk away. Missile coming through onto the Void Spirit. There's gonna be the burrow strike. They get him, but the question is, can they save the Gyrocopter? An arrow catches the Sven. Call down coming through. So much damage to spin it around with the epicenter. They take down 4. And Zero is not done. The chase continues. They look for Tao to simulate to try and give him some space. One more astral step. He will make it out.
Yeah. Nothing more to throw out here, but Sand King, tons of farm. Blink Dagger allows him to get on top of these heroes so quickly here. And man, why is this got to be bugged out, this fight recap?
I
want to
see
see
it.
the amount of damage that... Really?
Yeah, Sven did 1,600 damage. It was all of the damage on his team. Meanwhile, Sand King did a good amount with both Gyrocopter and the Mirana.
It said that Sand King did 250 damage for me.
Oh, yeah, no. Sand King did the most damage on his team.
Yeah. Unfortunate. Yeah, he got into that one with the burrow strike. It looked like the Oracle was going to be able to make it out, but Sven not able to stand his ground without that BKB, so that's going to be the next thing he goes for.
Yeah,
Night Stalker.
That arrow, man. That was not ideal.
Yeah, Night Stalker just needed to chill for a little bit longer. If he can get this Blink Dagger and wait for the second nighttime, just instantly gap distance on like the Keeper of the Light or the Sand King and remove them from the team fight. There's nothing they're able to up until they get like a BKB. Even Yules isn't going to save them. It's not like 2.5 seconds, and that's all it's going to save them for. Well, they come back down. They're still silenced up for the rest of the duration of the Crippling Furies. You know, putting 4 points in 100 the night. I'm not crazy about that.
I kind of like it, especially since it is going to be nighttime right now. I mean, the Crippling Fear is nice, but the bonus movement speed he gets from this is wild. So it'll give him a little bit faster farm speed as well.
Mm-hmm. Blink Dagger still queued up, but looking to take advantage of the second nighttime here. They have vision of... They did have vision of Sand King a second ago, but they can see him moving in those trees. Jumping this onto the tier 1 tower would be a very bold move.
And they've got Dark Ascension. And with Burna here now, they might go for it. Catapult gonna go down.
Your vision is very good on side of the Dire. I mean, your positioning. Yamsum's now sort of nearby. He doesn't have an Aghanim Scepter yet. Both teams wasting a lot of time, but
they're guessing exactly where they are. I think they have to know, right? They're not showing, not pushing any of these other waves. Like, they have to be trying to collapse around mid lane, and Zero just sitting super defensively on the other side. And they get nothing out of this. The patience from Infinity here. They're like, all right, they're gonna make the mistake eventually, right? They're gonna misstep eventually, but this ward sentry behind the tower, it hasn't really netted them a single kill. And the rest of the team just kind of backs off as Benjaz continues to wait in the mid lane.
Oh man, so much time wasted there. I want to see this. I'm pretty sure that spiked the net worth in the direction of black and yellow there. Them just kind of sitting there. It's pretty even. Like, you lost a couple of heroes prior to that, and you could kind of argue that's what caused the net worth to jump, but...
There's a DD comes out from Tal. Dark Ascension comes through. He's looking for Jubei here, but a nice burrow strike in from Zero into the arrow. The combination once again. Sexy Yogi is going to have to save Night Stalker, and he does. Just barely at 11 HP, but in comes Sven. The blink reveals. He blows up the Sand King, and now Tal continuing further on the backside of this fight. He is alone, though. Does need to be a little bit careful.
Yep. Finally to assimilate. He's just going to disengage from this one. I don't think they should stay. Already having used all their abilities. God's Strength is going to be off. Well, deactivated in just another 10 seconds here. Yeah, it looks like they're just going to back. Oh no, they're going back in.
They see Yamsun.
They have the Blink Dagger.
Yeah, they jump him. Tao in as well. Pulled back from the Remnant. He goes down. The buyback in from Zero. Burrow Strike catches the Sven and holds him right in place for that Wukong's command. Now looking for more Sexy Yogi. Trying to disengage from the Monkey King, but a futile effort indeed. Double kill goes the way of Esk. Now the question is, can they get more? Blink up in a second, but will Zero get the vision? Nice step back on Pamplona, and looks like they will not find another. Ooh, unless they get his tree cut. The buyback comes in from the Oracle as well. Can they blow up the Monkey King in time? The LSA from downtown, they get him. Playing a little bit too aggressive there, and now Benjaz gets to swing back the other direction, looking for more. So fast, nice burrow strike comes through, holding him in place, but Jubei, you're in for a world of pain here. A nice epicenter comes through, does finish off town, and an arrow catches on top of the Oracle. Jubei might have baited out more than they wanted, is now he managed to swing back 2 kills the other direction. These guys are just running back and forth at each other, Neff.
Big mistake there by the Oracle, walking too far forward. Didn't get the Fate's Edict off. I think he kind of panicked between who he should drop it on. Didn't end up dropping it all and got hit by an arrow afterwards. Very awkward engagement, and it began pretty awkwardly. I mean, they just finished the Blink Dagger on the Night Stalker as they were going back in. I think they kind of took the gyro by surprise, and that's why he went down. But I don't know why they went in before that without this Blink Dagger. Like, it is so crucial to jump this Keeper of the Light, the Sand King on the backline in these team fights. Like, this Sven is getting blown up by disables and magic damage that he doesn't necessarily have to. Like, just farm your BKB. You should have waited for your Blink Dagger on Night Stalker. You could have had it 2 minutes earlier if you just farmed instead of sitting behind this tier 1 tower. They're getting punished super hard for their, like, it's over-aggression here on Black and Yellow with Black and Yellow's reads.
And they managed to finish up the Aghanim Scepter on Yamsun as well. So he's feeling pretty strong. BKB, the next item here for Esk. I mean, this is what I was talking about with this Void Spirit. When you go this build of 0 points and then assimilate that early, he's just not farmed. Like, compare him to the Mirana, who has now passed him. Mirana has an Axe. Boris has an Axe, Nev.
Okay, that's gonna be a lot of damage. Even Night Stalker doesn't want that hitting him. It's gonna be kind of rough. He switches over to daytime here 20 minutes into the game, and he's still pretty far away from his BKB. So very far.
Like, he tried to go for the blink, but walked into the sandstorm and ends up getting it canceled. God Strength at a third of the duration now being wasted. Zero gonna go further up behind this tower, but in comes Benja, has to blink forward, and now they will go ahead and punish Zero for his positioning there. Tal on the backside trying to find these other heroes. Grabs the Keeper of the Light. Found the strike to slow him down. Arrow catches the Sven. Yamsun's gonna turn it around. Do they have the damage though? Oracle, he's gotta get it safe to save him, but the Cleaves coming in from Burna doing some work. He'll be able to blink away, but Sexy Yogi might not be as lucky. They still end up finding the kill. The damage from Yamsun was more than enough, and now the Oracle, is he out? Drops a ward up onto the high ground. He's gonna be able to use that to just kind of juke out the rest of these heroes. Meanwhile, Benjaz goes back, snipes the tower.
Man, Boris does so much damage already with this Aghanim Scepter. This is kind of wild. That Sven never stood a chance. Yeah, he very desperately needs this BKB, but he's still pretty far away from it. He's not spending nearly as much time farming as he should be, I feel.
Whoa.
Kind of setting up for things with his team. Oracle tried desperately to save him, but didn't manage to get it off. Now they're going to wait for this next Darcy Ascension, or potentially just the next daytime. These item timings are very important on the Infinity heroes. I don't know. It felt like they went too aggressive too fast. It's kind of like It's completely different from what we've been seeing earlier today. We've been seeing these farm fests. This game has just been a bloodbath of people not waiting for item timings. Just go, go, go.
Smoked under a ward here on the side of black and yellow, and it looks like they're just going to back out. Yeah, it drops the remnant up on the ramp there, so feel very safe doing this. They are fully aware now. The question is, do you just go Roche? They scan it. Yeah, they just walk in. Yamsun does plenty of damage to deal with this, and the question is, can Infinity actually slow this down? You don't have the Dark Ascension for another 30 seconds, and I think they're just going to give it up. Yeah, they definitely are. They don't want to risk going in for that fight.
Yeah, I mean, you fight into this, you're fighting into a Wukong command and call down, potentially an epicenter as well. So Yamsun gets the Aegis. I support the decision. I not give go into the Roche pit there and try to fight that. No, I think before you take this next team fight, you need this BKB complete on the Night Stalker and the Sven. Sven is getting very close though. He's on 30 gold off. Someone can get a TP down to the bottom lane here. He's working on a BKB of his own, but I think it's way more important for Sven to be finishing this one. Night Stalker now 1100 gold away from his. We're gonna look for a kill on Monkey King. So close to the tier 2 tower, not a great idea. I mean, he's pretty tanky with 22 points of armor, 2100 HP.
Yamsun's gonna walk up into the high ground. Tao's gonna be the one that scouts as they cut the tree, and he's just super dead as the Laguna Blade's gonna finish that one off. Now Zero comes in, signs up for the moment. They will be able to chain stun down the Void Spirit. Do they have the damage to actually finish him off? He takes an arrow, but saved once again by the Oracle. That means Burna has to be a little bit careful here, as they will go ahead and just back out of the fight, it seems. Benjaz hasn't gotten the message, as they're gonna go ahead and take down Jubei instead. Zero Burrow Strike comes through, arrow coming in as well. The damage comes in. Burna pops the BKB. Yamsun unable to stand his ground. 4 heroes dead for the side of black and yellow. That's gonna be the Aegis. Boris not really gonna have any chance of saving his carry here. Fantastic fight from Infinity.
Yeah. Boris, at the very least, did enough damage for them to take down that Night Stalker. This Starfall arrow just does huge amounts of damage, and I'm a little bit surprised that they were able to take that fight there on Infinity, just getting caught out on the Monkey King. The tree didn't get chopped down, but he saw where he jumped to, and he threw the Aether Remnant onto it, and the Blank Dagger of the Night Stalker ended up being enough. Silent Step just wasn't able to contribute anything to that fight on the Monkey King, so his BKB also pretty important, because he doesn't get Silent Step and finished off in that team fight if he's got it. Was not perma-stun there, but just could not do anything after his down from the tree with the Night Stalker initiation. Ooh.
Plus 130 Jingu Mastery damage. Wow, that is double damage on Jingu Master. I didn't realize that. Does anyone ever take that talent?
Which one? The Jingu Mastery?
Yeah. I feel like Tree Dance cast range is always just so good.
People used to take the Jingu Mastery. That's a lot of damage, Ricky.
It is. I see that.
Big number. He took it.
Yeah.
Tree Dance cast range is pretty good, but 130 damage is a lot of damage.
Against 3 melee cores too, so it kind of makes sense. It's good this game.
As long as he can actually survive these initiations, but the BKB should help him with that.
Well, they're actually smoking up right now on Infinity, trying to find him. He's under a ward sentry, and that is a real rough situation to be in for the Monkey King as he goes down once again. And Burna blinks aggressively, trying to find the Marona. Doesn't actually grab him, but they're now going to know about that ward.
150 gold off his BKB, and he dies. Lost another 200 there.
That's pretty sad,
man. Man just can't catch a break. He's finally going the back in the way of Burna, who didn't have the best start to this game. I don't know, man. It feels like Sven does a lot less damage than he did in the last patch. His base attack time change. I know you don't think it matters, but 1.8 to 1.9.
I still
so
think
slow.
he just needs to attack a hero once or twice and the fight's over. Like, I think that's like the part of Sven that hasn't changed, is the fact that he still does like 800 damage in late game.
Well, God strength duration being reduced as well. I think kind of messes with him. That one definitely you can feel in the team fights.
Yeah.
They do get drawn out quite a bit, but not willing to fight into these Infinity Heroes now that BKB is completed on the Sven. And it's almost on the Night Stalker as well. Did they just stall things out as they wait for Monkey King to be able to finish his own BKB?
Trying to get this mid tier 1 tower. Zero cuts the wave there. I love the Sandstorm Radius talent. This thing is so sick.
Yeah, it's just what? It's bigger than like the Monkey King ring, isn't it?
Level. Actually, I don't know. I don't know what it doesn't actually say the AOE because why would it?
Yeah, it does. The radius of the Sandstorm. Or
No,
you mean
the radius of the
Monkey
Wukong's
King ring?
command.
I think Monkey King is 750.
Why would we need to know that though? It's on. It's fine.
And it makes a circle when you put your mouse down over it, though.
Smoke up here from Infinity. Smoke's gonna get popped, and he blinks in really aggressively. Zero will be able to dodge out that. Well, he didn't actually dodge out the stun. Gets caught. Yules for the moment. It's gonna buy him some time, but he does end up dying. And again, the Laguna Blade dropped there to help finish him off. Tao on the backside finds Yamstun. He's got to BKB this time. Dark Ascension, but he just BKB TP's home.
Yep. They don't have Basher yet, but he's not going to go for one on either of these heroes, I don't think. Instead, just Daedalus coming out on the Sven next, looking to do as much damage as possible. A little bit surprised that he's not going for Silver Edge. That seemed to be the most popular build. It's not that useful against the Gyrocopter, but against the Monkey King, it will disable Jingu Mastery.
It's also just so much damage.
Yeah, the guaranteed crit feels very good. Along with the extra attack speed. I don't know. Everyone else seems to be going the Silver Edge on the hero right now, but
Burna wants bigger red numbers.
yep.
2k gold lead here for Infinity.
These are finally turning their direction. It was favoring black and yellow for a little while. Wood probability is kind of evened out here. Oh, Ben Jazz.
They see him, but yeah, they have their bigger targets, and it's going to be the Coddle, and again, onto the Sand King. They're just crumbling here on the side of black and yellow. They are not finding anything on the map.
No. And now your Daedalus is done on the Sven. Courier's falling out to the shop. He's going to have that one completed, and they can start to take these tier 2 towers. I think the last of the neutral items, they still need to find a couple. They got to find one more. So take the tier 2 towers, box them into the base, grab the Roshan, and to just stall the game out as long as they can to get a big enough net worth advantage over black and yellow to be able to close out the game. This Gyrocopter does not have nearly enough farm. He's still working on this Satanic. I feel like damage comes out too fast from the Sven here. If the Satanic really matter that much.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with you. Nice rotation from Tao, trying to grab Boris, but he gets the leap out. Oh my goodness, the root from the Oracle. That was pretty sick.
I missed it. Did he throw it out into the
He threw it onto yeah, he threw it onto the Void Spirit before he TP'd in. Mid lane, Yamsun, yep, just dead. Very cool game of Dota we got here thanks to the Sven. Nicely done.
Those crits end up doing what, 769 physical damage?
That's right. He did 2,500 damage in 2 seconds.
Neat. I like it when it's on my team.
Some would say a 600 plus damage carry is not balanced, but nope. Apparently in Dota it's totally fine.
Dude, come on! They nerfed his base attack time.
I mean,
you just saw him lose to Slark. We saw him lose to Slark.
He lost to IO Slark after they didn't win the lanes. So
I'm just saying is they won with Sniper, but they lost with Sven. Take with that information. He's going for I have Scotty now on the Sven. I'm not sure that's the play. I think you need to have Satanic. Okay, Assault Kuros queued up instead.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that would definitely Scotty would not have been the play.
They're gonna smoke up right now, despite being in a pretty big net worth deficit. And it's
Yogi's body just sitting in the Roshan, hoping it's gonna spawn sometime soon, but it is not there. And That ward is going to get revealed, so they know exactly where you are on black and yellow, as Jube is just going to go for the D ward. They will know that they're smoked up. They're just going to hold their triangle here. Infinity, very comfortable taking these fights if they need to, especially with the gem pickup here on the Night Stalker, the BKB done as well.
Man. They've got a lot of unused net worth on the black and yellow heroes right now. I feel like taking the fight into Infinity would have been an awful idea. Ooh, DD rune. Roshan going to respond another 20 seconds. Ben Jazz sitting by the pit here. Still hasn't used his BKB. He's got the Desolator queued up afterwards. He's going to pump out more damage in these team fights. If you can blow up this Sven, great. But I don't know why Sven doesn't have a Satanic queued up if he's got an Oracle on his team. You can fight into anything. This Sven Oracle.
That is
so
true.
You heal up way too much from a couple auto attacks.
Roshan literally spawned into the arrow, which is kind of funny.
Neat.
But with the DD Sven, I think he's just gonna go ahead and start this. Benjaz just pops that Dark Ascension, and yup, that is Neph, do you want to do the honor of reading that number next to Sven real quick?
1500. That was the crit.
Yep.
1487.
Yep.
I mean, interesting tactic to pop your Dark Ascension and your God Strength there to take Roshan faster. At the very least, to stop Black and Yellow from being able to respond to it. But now you have to wait a little while before you push their high ground because these things are going to be on cooldown.
I'm really surprised they put the shard. I mean, they got, that was second Rosh, right? Aegis shard.
Yep.
So I'm really surprised that they put that on the Void Spirit as opposed to giving it to the Night Stalker. Honestly, the Hunter and the Night shard is pretty dang strong. Or even just giving it to the Sven for the reduced Stormbolt or Stormhammer cooldown.
I guess they're just concerned that they're going to be able to stay on top of this Void Spirit, or they're a little bit worried about the Solar Bind coming out onto him. Wow. The extra distance, along with the invulnerability for a fraction of a second, will make a world of difference here. He's got a quickening charm on the Void Spirit as well. That feels amazing.
Another smoke into Wukong's command. They're going to head into the any high ground. It is going to be Tao. Actually, we'll see him now as he picks up an Invis rune. Jumps right back into the enemy team, though. And that's going to be a dead Void Spirit. A great pickoff. This out of black and yellow. Assuming Jube is going to go for the D ward here. Well, stops a sentry, just needs the vision.
Oracle's working on the Aghanim Scepter. He's about 1,200 gold away.
How much lingering vision does Illuminate give you? The longer it's channeled, the more. Just says gives vision along its path, but curious how long, because he just got 4 attacks off during it.
I think like 3 seconds.
That's pretty good. All right, Yamsun, he's pretty much got a Satanic and try and meet up with his team now. And that is a really big pickup for him. Oh, that was weird.
Bounce Drake cooldown on the Monkey King. Think of slow down to a crawl. I'm not a fan.
Yeah, I said we're going to be going minimum 40 minutes. We have Sven Gyro. This game, it's just what this patch has become. It's just farming.
That's not true. There was a pretty big patch. People just haven't figured it out yet. We saw Sniper. Semi insisting several times. That's a good hero.
It is a good hero. In certain games, you just have to ban out all the heroes that farm stacks, right?
Or farm the stacks yourself. Invade the jungle.
All right, you go right up onto the high ground. Dark Ascension comes through, and it looks like black and yellow are just going to try and work on bottom instead. Maybe just trade high ground, because honestly, they don't really stand a chance fighting into the side of Infinity. So this is hugely successful for black and yellow if they get this. They're going to go ahead and TP down here on Burna. Burna, God Strength gets popped. He just turns attention onto the Monkey King-esque. Did he evade one of those attacks? Not entirely sure. Maybe it was just the invis, and he's able to bounce away. Didn't have the detection. Pops the BKB up on the high ground. He's not going to have the damage to finish him off. Yamsun didn't pop the BKB, and as a result, gets stunned up. They're chasing him down. One shot. The Coddle goes down, and Yamsun pops a Satanic, trying to stand his ground, but Airbin's gets to quite a horde of enemies here. Spider Leg's not going to be enough to get him out, and that Laguna will help finish him off.
I think that he's able to do now. Down without buyback, he bought out for that Satanic, and it was great.
Find Zero as well in the mid lane.
Zero found them.
Zero did find them. Mind you, they did get a Rax bottom.
They did. They're about to get a second if Night Stalker doesn't do anything. I'm pretty sure that
Boris might try and backdoor this, honestly.
Leap into it. Go for it. Go for it. Come on.
Yeah. This is exactly what I expected him to do. Force Staff, leap out. Benjaz gonna chase him. He probably dies for this. Definitely dies for this. Has buyback, but he finishes off a lane of barracks, so actually not that bad.
Worth, man.
The part that is bad is that they are knocking on your mid lane barracks now. Creeps coming in through the top side, and Burna, he does still have an Aegis. Has a BKB, God Strength. Coming off cooldown in just about 10 or in about 15 seconds. I think a lot of damage from the Sandstorm here, though, but
his Aegis is about to expire in another 10 seconds. So they're forced to get back, yeah. They don't want Zero to come on to him when he's so low HP with that Aegis expires.
15k net worth advantage here for the side of Infinity. Spell Prism for the Void Spirit. That feels real good. He does have the Aghanim Scepter now. I mean, he's had it for a little while. He's got 3,200 gold in the bank. Queues up the BKB as his next item. Ninja Gear. That's quite good for the Oracle. I keep hearing the whistle from the Oracle taunt, and I get very confused on why I keep hearing it.
What do you mean? You haven't been using it.
What?
He hasn't been.
He's been.
He doesn't have a taunt.
Uh-huh, sure. As he taunts right now.
Damn it.
Nice try there, buddy.
Right. They're holding on the triangle right now. We've got one. They still have 2 sets of racks. It doesn't help that they lost the bottom melee, melee and range racks down here. They have to send Pamplona down to deal with it. Still have a tier 2 tower up there as well. It gives them the opportunity to move out of their base and try to find kills. I think they're trying to grab tier 3 neutral items right now, though. Or tier 4, rather. We don't have any of them just yet.
You might regret this one, Boris.
Smoke pops.
Oh, that is an aggressive blink. He gets the double leap on out, but he is not going to go anywhere. Big Wukong's command, the Boundless Strike doesn't connect to BKB's protecting him. The Sven just getting bashed, however. Esk standing his ground. Burna saved by that false promise and just comes back up to full HP with 1 auto attack. And Benjaz goes back in, trying to get on top of Jubei. He's got that gem, of course, and he cannot escape the call down, though. Finds the Void Spirit. Can they finish him off? The magic damage all canceled out by the Oracle, and it's just gonna be a lot of damage swung back the other way as Benjaz just, okay, who cares Satanic when you just hit him for 1,800 damage?
Yeah, Pamplona finishing him off. Do you believe me if I told you this is a position for Lina?
Yes.
He's beyond godlike right now.
He's 12-3-10. GG comes out, and Infinity take game number 1.
Ended up being a pretty long game. I mean, Black and Yellow were definitely doing pretty well at the start, but they just couldn't fight into these heroes once they had the BKBs completed. And Sven, Night Stalker had absolutely no issues dealing with the BKBs himself. They just didn't have very tanky heroes inside of Black and Yellow. Oracle was a fairly solid pick. Got a number of saves off. I don't think he got to use Fake Edict as much as he wanted to validate the pick, but still did fairly well. MVP of this game has got to be Benjaz. He had an absolute amazing game of Night Stalker. They gave him way too much farm. I don't think that they give him up again in game number 2.
The thing that's so weird is like this hero was just nerfed pretty heavily, I think, in this patch. But a lot of this just comes down to the decision to not go the Rocket Barrage build and not punish this Night Stalker in the lane at all. Like, Jubei is a very defensive Keeper of the Light, right? Like, he just kind of is going around stacking, throwing Illuminates occasionally down the lane. He rotated mid, but they just let Benjaz free farm the top, and it ends up resulting in just a massive net worth advantage here on the Night Stalker, and the rest of the lanes went pretty well as well. I don't know. It's just a really well done. Pamplona ending 12-3-10, top kill scorer in the game. He did steal a lot of kills with the Laguna Blade, but it definitely deserved.
That's what it's there for.
Yeah, it is.
But that's going to be it for the first game, Ricky. One game left.
Indeed,
tonight.
one game left, everyone. So definitely stay tuned. We've got the last game of our last series here between Infinity and Black and Yellow. Again, this is the BTS Pro Series Season 8. We'll see y'all after the break.